There's a lot of things worth living for, a few things worth dying for, but nothing is worth killing for. Though it's not always as simple as that. Detective work, that's my forte. It's not easy, especially in this town. And here I am, Private Detective John Harker, working for the pencil pushers. Well, that soon changed. It was a woman, and her voice intrigued me. She made it quite clear that we couldn't talk over the phone, and asked if I would meet her later that evening to discuss her case. I agreed, noting down the place and time that she had given me, then waited in calm anticipation of the evening. Her name was Scarlet, and she was beautiful, but I could sense that she was hiding her true emotions. She was frightened, and I wanted to help her. She'd handed me some files about her husband, a middle-aged banker with some serious gambling issues. I called a couple of my old friends down at the precinct, asked them to give me anything they had on this guy. But the case was more frightening than I could have ever predicted. Scarlet had told me her husband was trying to kill her. I needed to find evidence on him as soon as possible. I couldn't let her die. A couple of days into the investigation, and still chasing dead ends, I got a phone call. It was Scarlet, and she wanted to help. We started seeing more of each other as the case went on. She'd come by my office and help me search for anything we could pin on her husband. But even as the investigation ran cold, we'd still find time to spend together. One night, however, she called me. She was livid. She kept telling me that her husband was going to kill her tonight. She told me when and where he would be, and I didn't know what to do. I was angry. What was going through my mind? Killing? He was going to kill her, that night. I mean, I couldn't just sit there and let it happen. I loved her. I stood there, with a gun aimed straight at his face. He was pleading for his life, and I didn't care. He told me I wasn't the first to get caught in Scarlet's web. But I didn't listen. I was so angry. What had I done? I killed a man in cold blood. and I realised what a mistake I'd made. I'd been set up. Scarlet had bribed a police officer to hide away and watch the whole thing. But I couldn't for the life of me understand why. I loved her. Didn't she love me? I found out later on that she'd been stalking me for months. She knew that she could make some money out of me, and in the killing of her husband, she became a millionaire. There's nothing worth killing for, and I found that out the hard way. I think of Scarlet often, wondering where she is or what she's doing. A part of me still loves her, or the character she created at least. Now I wait for when I can get out of this place, and when I do, I'll find her.